Thank you for joining me. This is Holly at Narrowboat 34 Vampires, and today I'm going to be reviewing the COALCAGE that we bought. During the daytime we use wood on the fire, which, because we're living on a narrowboat, we go and forage. But what we were starting to find with the colder weather coming in was that in the mornings the boat was cold and it was taking quite a long time to warm back up, and so we saw the COALCAGE on one of the boating groups on Facebook and decided to purchase one and give it a go. So what we do is, before we go to bed, we run the fire down, we run the wood down so that we've just got some hot embers in the bottom. We then put the COALCAGE on and stack it with coal. At the moment we're just using the cheap Aldi sacks of coal, and we're finding that that's actually working quite well. I know there's lots of branded ones out there that people recommend, but we've been so busy we haven't been out and about much, so yeah, we just grabbed some of the Aldi coal and we're finding that, as I said, that that's doing really well. So in the morning the coal's grey, it's burnt down quite a bit, and yeah, but there's still heat coming off. The boat hasn't been cold at all in the morning, so it's certainly doing its job. You can see the COALCAGE here next to the stove. We've got a Morso squirrel stove, which is a 4.9 kilowatt, and a lot of people on the group were actually saying they were using the cage upside down, which is what we've been doing, and we've been finding that it works quite well like that. We haven't used it the right way up, so we don't know how much of a difference that makes, but what we're doing at the moment seems to be working for us. We purchased the 7.5 inch by 5 inch by 6 inch COALCAGE, which is for the 4 to 6 kilowatt stoves, as our stove is, I think it's 4.9 kilowatt. As you can see here, we've still got embers of the wood in there. That was enough to get the fire going, although normally we would make sure that we had more embers in that, but that did get the fire going and did allow it to keep going all through the night. You can see here that the COALCAGE, the coal in it, had already started to burn down. We'd actually gotten up in the night to sort something out, and so you can see we've just stacked a little bit more coal on top, but normally that would last us through until the morning. So what we tend to do in the morning then, once we've got the last of the grey coal in the bottom of the COALCAGE, is we tip it out, we pull out the COALCAGE, and then we stack wood on top of it and then use wood for the day. Because the COALCAGE is concentrating the heat within a smaller area, you know, it's not as wide at the bottom and everything, we do find that it doesn't give off as much heat as a normal fire would, but it's plenty for overnight. It's always warm in the boat in the morning, and because it's always warm already before we put the COALCAGE up for the night, then that's just enough to keep it ticking over.